After discussing geography of Arabian Peninsula, let's now talk about rulership among the Arabs. Before the arrival of Islam, there were two kinds of kings in the Arabia, crowned kings and uncrowned kings. Both of them were in fact not fully independent. Crowned kings were those of Yemen, Hira and Ghassan. These were actually mini kingdoms subordinate to neighboring superpowers, that is Romans and Persians of that time. Uncrowned kings were heads of tribes present in the Arabia. Let's now discuss rulership in different areas. Rulership in Yemen. The people of Sana'a, capital city of Yemen, were one of the oldest nations of pure Arabs. Till 115 BC, their kingdom flourished, and their domain was so great that they had established colonies inside and outside Arabia. But after 115 BC, their trade failed. Firstly, because of Roman superiority over naval trade routes after Roman conquest of Egypt, Syria and North Hijaz, and secondly, because of inter-tribal warfare. Roman influence dominated so much so that they helped Ethiopians to occupy Yemen for first time in 340 AD, making use of constant inter-tribal conflict. The Ethiopian occupation of Yemen lasted until 378 AD, completing 38 years of rule of Ethiopia on Yemen. Later on, cracks began to show in Marib Dam, which led to great flood mentioned in the Quran as. This great event caused the fall of entire Yemeni civilization. After about a century, an evil Jew dispatched a great campaign against the Christians of Najran in order to convert them into Judaism. Having refused to do so, they were thrown alive into a big ditch where a great fire has been set, as referred in the Quran as. This incident aroused great wrath among Christians and especially Roman emperors, who not only triggered Ethiopians against Arabs but also assembled a large fleet of 70,000 warriors to bring second conquest of Yemen in 525 AD. Later on, Ar-Raheeq, one of the army general, became head of this army, who later on deployed his soldiers to demolish House of Allah, al-Kaaba. Hence, he and his soldiers came to be known as Men of Elephant. After the elephant incident, Yemen with Persia's assistance somehow regained independence, thus made Yemen a Persian colony. Persian rulers maintained rulership in Yemen until last of them, Badhan, embraced Islam. Now let's discuss rulership in Hijaz. Ismail al-Islam administered the authority over Makkah as well as custodianship of the Kaaba throughout his life. Upon his death at the age of 137, two of his sons succeeded him, Nabit and then Qaidar. It is also said that they were opposite in order. Later on, their maternal grandfather from Jurhum took over, thus transforming rulership over Makkah to the tribe of Jurhum, preserving a vulnerable situation. Very little authority remained for Ismail's sons, even though they held a sacred status since it was their father who built the Kaaba. On the account of difficult living conditions and poverty prevalent in Makkah, the tribe of Jurhum began to treat visitors to the Kaaba poorly and seized its funds by force. This aroused resentment and hatred of the Adnanians, who were the sons of Ismail al-Islam, as discussed in the first episode. They, with the help of tribe of Quza that had come to settle in the neighboring area, invaded Jurhum and chased them out of Makkah. Now, even though Adnanians held the sacred status and were true owner of kingship, but after the defeat of tribe Jurhum, Quza monopolized rulership over Makkah. Adnanians were given certain privileges like leading pilgrims from Arafat, Muzdalifah, postponement of the sacred months, etc. Quza's reign in Makkah lasted for 300 years, during which the Adnanians separated all over Najd and the sides of Bahrain and Iraq, while some branches of Quraysh remained in the sides of Makkah. They enjoyed no privilege over Makkah, the sacred house, until the appearance of one man who changed the position of Adnanians, man who consolidated power for them, giving them the dignity they have deprived of. He was Qusay bin Kilab. Qusay's father is said to have died when he was still a baby. When Qusay became a young man, he returned to Makkah, which was ruled by Hulal bin Habsha from Quza, who gave Qusay his daughter Hubba as wife. After Hulal's death, A war between the Qusa and Quraysh broke out, resulting in Qusay taking hold of Mecca and the sacred house. This entire affair resulted in evacuation of Qusa from Mecca and the transfer of rulership over Mecca and custodianship of Holy Sanctuary to Qusay. The matter was resolved after a fierce battle between Qusay and Qusa, inflicting heavy casualties on both sides. Qusay's reign over Mecca and Sacred House began in 440 CE and allowed him and the Quraysh after him absolute rulership over Mecca and undisputed custodianship of Sacred House, to which Arabs from all over Arabia came to pay homage. Qusay brought his kinship to Mecca and allocated some dwellings to them. A significant achievement credited to Qusay was the establishment of another house, similar to like assembly house, on the north side of Al-Kaaba to serve as a meeting place for Quraysh. This was very beneficial for Quraysh because it secured unity of opinions among them and crucial to their problems. Hijaz and Iraq. They were kingdoms selected by Romans or by Persian Empire. They were given proxy rulership over Arabia. One of them was Ghassanid Empire, which lasted until the Battle of Yarmouk in the year 13 AH. Their last king embraced Islam during the reign of chief of believer Umar al-Khattab. Here we complete rulership in Pan-Arabia.